We're doing it. We're doing it. What up? All right. This was a wild one. So everybody's gone. I'm dead tired, so I'm going to bed shortly. This will be a short stream, but I thought it'd be good to talk about what the fuck just happened. I mean, I still don't understand it. So we go down stairs. Me, Mario, movie star, fingernails. You've all seen the tweets by now. If you haven't, oh boy, go check Twitter. You should have kicked those guys out before you went live first. K4 hates everybody. So, yeah, we're all in a good mood. I can't say this enough. I guess I have to, my state of mind going into this weekend. Again, I've never threatened anyone. I've never said I was going to fight anybody. I'm not a fighter. I don't know how to fight. It's so stupid. And, obviously me, reaching out to Stuttering John over on Twitter and super chatting him and stuff. Obviously, I'm fucking with him because he's fucking retarded. And if you doubt that I was fucking with him and you think I was seriously trying to hook up with Stuttering John to stick it to KB, go look at the language I use. Stick it to KB. Let's go after him. He thinks he's a tough guy. It's all the things I make fun of everybody else for saying. I literally put them all in those tweets so that there could be no doubt that I'm fucking around with Stuttering John. Stuttering John is like Chad, and in a way like Ray and KB. It's there's no changing. These guys are fundamentally wired incorrectly. So there's no learning, I guess. I don't know. There's no teaching an old dog new tricks. There's no making up for it. There's no, it's just fucking, they're one-track mind retarded. You just can't get them off something. KB literally thinks, just as an example, KB screaming, what kind of man worries about another man's money? Sorry, I'm being quiet because I'm polite and I'm just spent and I don't want to yell at the other, in my hotel room while people are sleeping because it is 1 a.m., 1:30. But, KB will say something like, why is everybody going after my money? Everybody's so worried about my money. Who counts another man's money? And it's he just forgets the 8 months screaming about Truly's numbers and he's not making money. He just people just forget. And John forgets that he made a career out of running around sticking a camera in people's faces when they didn't want one. And so now he yells, when he's being filmed, "This guy's filming me! This guy's filming me! This guy's filming me!" So that's humorous in and of itself. So we walk downstairs, me, Mario, Flimsy, Rob, and we meet up with another fan down there who's got a location on John. And he's in the B bar, the center bar in the Borgata. And we're kind of hanging back, just talking and laughing. We're watching him wander around the bar. He was wandering around the center bar. And those guys are in the chat watching, Flimsy and Mario, and they can corroborate all of this stuff and add more. By the way, we'll have them on tomorrow to give you their perspectives. And just so you know, there's more video and pictures to come out. So hopefully we can put together some sort of nice package for the people. So finally, we're like, all right, we're going to do this. Let's do it. So I just walk up. Now, there's a part of like the bar that's kind of like the bar's raised, and then there's like a part lower down. So I walk up to the rail on the lower part, and John's there. And John's walking around the bar trying to get noticed. This is literally what he's trying to do. We watched him for several minutes before he went over. He's circling the bar, phone up, elbow up. You know, guys who talk like this on the phone, the elbow's way up. And he's literally just doing laps around the bar trying to get recognized. And so I walk up and I see him and I just go, John, what's up, baby? And he walks away and he comes back and he goes, are you going to apologize? He comes right up to me. We're reaching distance and it's just me and him. Everybody else is kind of standing back. And he's like, are you going to apologize for what you said to my kids? And I keep saying to him, like, you know, I'm sorry you got hurt. Like, they're jokes. It's a podcast. You say a lot of shit on your podcast you don't mean. You say a lot of shit on your podcast you don't know. You know, you're just talking shit. And he goes, are you going to apologize for what you said to my kids? He's not even hearing the words that I'm saying. And I said, I'm sorry you got upset, but John, and he just walks away. He just walks away. He storms off. And he goes to the far side of the bar and sits down. Now, he sits down where he can see us. So we all get a drink, and we're standing there, and some of us are smoking, and we're laughing, and we keep looking over at John. And John is, if you heard the story I told Thursday morning, it's exactly what I said. It's exactly what I laid out and what I predicted. These mental midgets, they don't know how to use their words. They don't know how to use their brain. They're so confused and hurt in their head with their emotions. He's over there at the bar drinking, seething. You see him just watching us laughing, having fun. There's 5 or 6 of us at this point. Laughing, having fun, joking around. 10 minutes, 15 minutes. We're all just standing there having fun. John's watching us. Everyone keeps going. It's uncomfortable. Everyone keeps going. He's just staring at us, and you just see him over there drinking. Just getting angrier. He stands up, and he comes over. He walks down the steps over to our group. There is one female security guard at the entrance to the bar by the steps. So John comes up right to me and he goes, are you going to apologize for what you said to my children? And I tried the thing again. Like, John, I apologized on your stream. And I'm here to say I'm sorry. I'm here to squash this. I'm here to make peace. I'm sorry that I offended you. I'm sorry that I hurt you. But I'm not saying it right. You hear what I'm saying? I'm apologizing for the wrong thing. I'm apologizing for his interpretation of a troll. It's a troll. Yeah, we're talking about your daughter's arm dick. The anger that you're feeling, John, is not about Melton making fun of your precious children. It's your precious children being mutilated and your, I guess, just lack of being a father that's allowed them to now cultivate new adult lives that you're not really a part of, and you're hurt. You know, that your kids are freaks, and not only that, just freaks that don't really want you in their life. And you can tell he's very drunk. He's having trouble walking down the steps. He's wearing a blazer, and he's all, and you. Now, a couple of people said that his breath was, I didn't know that this was a thing, John, smell? But a couple people said his breath could take the paint off a Chrysler. As he's in my face yelling, you better apologize. You never talk about my kids again. You better apologize. And of course I'm not, I'm trying to say, I'm here to say I'm sorry that you got upset. I keep saying that, and I'm not apologizing correctly for him. And it's making him angry. And again, we're all in a great mood. We're all having a good time. Life is good. It's like KB just getting mad at people. They think they're having fun. They think they're winning. It's like, if you're having a good time, you're winning. I hate to tell you. If you're happy, you're winning. So yeah, we thought we were winning. And we're all laughing and just having fun. Everyone's in a good mood. And this is getting him very, very upset. And he goes to like do a 2-finger on my, as high up as he can reach on my chest. He's very short. He's very minuscule. Man-chi-chi sized. And yeah, he goes to like, I think like goes to like, you better apologize. And I just kind of like, I had my hand up and I kind of like, I don't even think it was on purpose. I think I kind of knocked it out of the way. Just kind of like talking with my hands. And I've got a cigarette in one hand and you know, I'm not in a fighting stance. And at that point I realized like, oh, he's going to swing. I knew he was going to swing. He's drunk. He's angry. And he wanted to fight. Like he wanted to fight. It's all that was on his mind. People were, another fan stepped in named Sean and tried to, who originally started as an SJ fan and tried to tell him like, yo, Stuttering John, I like you, you know, I've loved you forever, I want to buy you a beer. He looking past that, he's not even hearing that. I think he said to him, actually after he said that, I think he said like, get out of my fucking face. He's talking to like strangers like this. He was incensed. He was eye of the tiger. And right then, like, so I was bracing for it almost, like my face. I was kind of turned and I was ready for him to like hit me. And I knew he was drunk. I'd watched him stumble down the stairs. So I'm going, if he hits me, I know he's not going to land it effectively. I know it's not going to hurt. I know it's not going to, I'm also surrounded by like 7 other guys. It's like, fine. And before it could escalate, Peter Sky Parker, David Skywalker, got right in between us. That's what you see on the video. And started like pushing him back. I never moved for the whole duration of the video. I didn't feel like I needed to. Again, when you're like standing face to face with him, he's like down. It's not even like, it's just... My whole thing was like, I just got here. I just checked in. We're both going to get kicked out of the Borgata. This is retarded. I'm genuinely trying to de-escalate this. You know, in my best bitchy, effeminate voice. John, calm down. Balance yourself. You know, I'm saying all this stuff. And he's just not, none of it's landing. And so Peter Sky Parker and Sean and a couple of the other guys start like pushing him back. And he starts screaming like, you talking about my children, you fat fuck? You better never talk about my children again. You better say sorry about my children. And it's just, again, he's not getting the apology he wants. I think he really thought he was going to like bully me into an apology. Like, well, yeah, that's what I thought. It's like, I can't with another man. So, hold on, what are these all? 10? Jesus Christ. John appears to just be hanging out alone. Yeah, he's not allowed to be near me. He's not allowed to approach me. So we just kept hanging out at the B bar because he wanted to hang out at the B bar, and they made him leave. And they're like, you can't go near him again. Don't go near him. So, yeah. John's hanging out alone. I'll tell you what happened after he left, because we had some spice, and it's worse than you think. Fuck. It's so good. It's so much stuff. Are you a fan of Corey Holcomb? 150. I've met Corey before. He used to live right by me in Sherman Oaks. Jeru, member for 11 months. Hi, NLO voice chat. Oh my God, am I being sniped on the voice chat? Jimmy Anderson, dude, yes, ha ha ha, holy shit, so good. People love this. James Boyd, that was epic, stay awesome. It wasn't epic, it was just stupid. Thank you for the bonus show, Patrick. These aren't just. Was John crying? No. Can you please recap? I just got here. Jimmy Anderson, thank you for being a member, and your friend's Paul. Thank you. Anyway. So by that point, the female security guard, female cop, starts stepping in, and she comes up and she's like, because she's seen this. She knows she saw the first altercation that kind of ended with him walking away. And we have that on film. We'll be putting all these out. I've told Flimsy no more, just the teaser. But I'm not Flimsy's boss, so he can do whatever he wants. I'm not really in charge of men. Hear that, KB? Got him. So, before you know it, this female security guard, I guess she called for people. And before you know it, there's 9 security guards there. I know that because I counted them. I was like, there are 9 security guards here all of a sudden. And I mean, like ninjas out of nowhere. And Stuttering John starts justifying his behavior and that he wants to beat me up because I talked about his children. As if the security guards are going to go, oh, sorry, we didn't know. Go ahead. He's like, he talked about my kids. He made fun of my kids. Imagine being a 70-year-old man, I don't know how old John is, screaming, he made fun of my kids. I told Flimsy I should have gone right back to the security guards. He picked up a guitar and made a song about me. Fatty Patty. Talked about his kids. He made a song. Fatty Patty. Play it in the casino. Let everybody in. So he's like fighting security guards at this point, like trying to get to me. Like not fighting, but like, like push, like. So everybody rolls up. The security supervisor rolls up, introduces himself, shakes my hand. I assume the woman's told him, like, we're not the problem at all. And they also, like, saw my people, like, trying to de-escalate my people. Like, our group. Trying to de-escalate the situation. Like, really all we were trying to do. And when John walked away with me, I want to be clear, because John said in that thing, I mean, he's such a fucking liar. He starts yelling in that video, like, these guys are following me around. They won't leave me alone. I walked up to you because we knew where you were. I tried to have a conversation. You walked away. And then we just went back to our group. And then you went over and had a drink. And just got in your own fucking feelings and seethed about it. And then came over to start a fight. We actually thought you might be coming over to like, squash it. But he wasn't. So all the security guards come over. They split us up. They take John over. John starts, I'm not kidding you. Ask Peter Sky Parker. This comes out of John's mouth. I'm a celebrity. He says it. I wish I had my scream echo voice. I'm a celebrity. I'm Stuttering John Melendez. To which everybody went, What's that now? So they split us up. He's over there. He's literally like walking through the story of podcasts from ages gone by. He's walking them through it. He's like, but he makes fun of my children on an internet stream. And we go over there and we're talking to the security guards. We're calm. I hadn't had anything to drink at that point. I said we were drinking, but we actually hadn't had a drink. This was what made me have a drink tonight. Because I wasn't going to drink. But it was so fucking funny. We all just, we got Amstels and clinked them. I actually had a Coors. Just for John. Skol. So the security guards get all my information. They get all John's information. They talk to us for, what seemed like 20 minutes. And John's just screaming. John's, trying to tell them the story. But my kids. And they're like, are they here? No, they don't talk to me anymore, but still. So yeah, they tell us like, obviously you're filming him. It's antagonizing him. And they were like, we can't really tell you to stop. It's not against the rules, but some of the security guards here might not be so friendly about that, and basically just telling us don't poke the bear. I guess John's the bear. And because I guess they were going by smell. And they tell John that he can't come up to us anymore and be where we're at. And they remove John and make him go to the sports book. Now, there's nobody in the sports book. It's dead. And I guess John met a fan there, and he sat down with this fan who was also quite dapperly dressed. These are all reports I got from spies following him. I heard. So he sits down with this guy, and this must be the tweet he made about the Cleveland guy or whatever, where he's like, oh, this guy came from Cleveland just to tell me that I suck. Because believe it or not, he was really trying. He was yelling, I'm a celebrity. We watched him walk around the bar just circling, trying to get recognized. And then every security guard was like, so this drunk old guy is just like, he does a podcast? And we were all just fucking with the security. We're like, you don't know who he is? You don't know who he is? He's Stuttering John Melendez. And they're like, we're like, the Howard Stern show? And the security guard goes, Howard Stern show from the 90s? And we're like, yeah. And we're like, you remember Stuttering John? And he's like, yeah. And he's like, that. We're like, that's him. And he's like, oh. And I don't know. So we're laughing. Anyway, I'm not even kidding you. I watched the security guard pull up Nobody Likes Onions on Spotify and subscribe. I'm not kidding you. Flimsy, back me up in the chat. Everybody back me up in the chat. Security guard asks about the podcast, says he wants to get into it and listens, pulls out his phone, subscribes to Nobody Likes Onions immediately on his phone. That's the punishment I got. That's the punishment I got. A new subscriber. So security's listening to the show. Because we were just nice. We were just nice and cracking them up. And it was fucking great. Hold on, there's more. Did security come over from the commotion, or did John go to security? John did not go to security. John wanted to fight. And again, all I'm thinking about is getting kicked out of the Borgata. Like, I just got here. I'm here till Monday. I'm not going to get kicked out of the Borgata. So I knew, like I said, I was bracing for him to hit me. And I had already planned that I wasn't even going to lay hands. I was going to trip him and knock him down or shove him down. He was very drunk. It would have been easy, like a bowling pin that was top heavy, which is what I'm shaped like. But I'm not a drunk, off-balance nut. Let's say. My plan was to get him on the ground and just start kicking the shit out of him until security came out. I'm not even kidding you. I wasn't going to bend over or put out my cigarette for this. Like my plan was to get him on the ground. You know, I picture him just spinning in circles like Homer Simpson. Whoop, 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 whoop. And I was literally just going to kick the ever-living shit out of him. Like, kick. Not in the... But I mean actually kick. But I just knew I couldn't start it. I knew he was going to have to lay hands on me. And I was preparing myself for a punch in the face. A Melendez punch. I imagine it'd be greasy and covered in cat piss. And, so no, but the security guard, obviously, it's what I picture like Chad wanting to do. Run up on me like, what up now? Let's go, bitch. Let's go. Talking tough shit on your podcast. It's like, how do you think this is going to look to everyone? Have you been in polite society? You don't run up on people and start screaming and touching them. So then they're all like, he was shoving you? And I was like, I mean, he went to do that, and I knocked his hand out of the way, which I, again, think was an accident. And they're like, do you want to press charges? And I was like, no. I don't want him kicked out. I don't want him... Like, I had to say that. And they're like, well, if he laid hands on you... And I'm like, he didn't. He was about to. He was definitely going to. And we touched. Again, I knocked his hand out of the way. And, they kept, do you want to... And I was like, no, I don't want him in trouble. I don't want anything to happen. I just want him to leave me alone. Like, if you can't talk and use your words, if you have to go over into a corner with your binky and seethe and then work yourself up into having enough courage to go fight Melton, the fuck are we doing? But no, John didn't run and get security. So that's not a false frame. He didn't cry. I mean, let's not be ridiculous. John makes Chad look like Deepak Chopra. I don't know what that means. B. Dabbler. Hey, Flimsy, we know all this stuff in landscape, not portrait. We're the same person, Tukey. We're the same. Rocco. I don't even know what I'm going to call you in person. The puppet. I've yelled at him 3 times about this tonight. Landscape, please. Landscape. 16 by 9, please. We work in a certain format. Stop filming everything tall screen, everybody. You'll get 3 times more in the frame. Just turn your camera this way. I mean, we're getting... Can't wait to join the fun tomorrow. We are looking forward to Tukey tomorrow. Your friend Paul, he trashed my kids, Your Honor. Case closed. The defense rests. Kick him out. Send him to jail. Barrister 1401. John looks like he's unathletic 5'2". He's very short. I had no clue. I described him as a meatball. Whereas I look like a meatball machine malfunctioned and made a giant one. Mikey Newport, $4.99. This is so good. I hope you're safe. I'm fine. Nobody's gonna get hurt. I hope. I mean, Jesus. G-Rob, SJ has had a stroke or 2 and an alcoholic. I mean, I think you're having one right now as you type that. Chad Zumock, I love the little smirk to the camera vid. Got him. Yeah, I mean, I just look over like, I don't know. What do you want me to what am I supposed to do with this? So, they get our IDs and stuff. I imagine they made an official incident report. So now I'm on the MGM's radar. But what I love about this is now if anything else happens this weekend, he's fucked. Like, if that motherfucker comes near me and starts shit, and anything happens, like him getting waffle stomped through a drain grate, there's a report. And everyone saw it. He came up to us out of nowhere. He came up and started being aggressive. He came up and started laying hands. And 3 people had to, push this fucking hot-headed drunk back and get him to focus. And again, I didn't ask those guys to do that. I do thank Peter Skywalker and stuff for de-escalating it, because as funny as it would have been, and everybody wants a big brawl, I don't want to have to go get another hotel and But at this point, again, the security guard subscribed to the podcast. Right there. He's like, oh, listen to this. So I'm excited about it. That's cool. And if anything else happens, John's so fucked. Especially if anything happens to me, and I can prove that I'm not hunting him out or trying to start shit with him. So now it's almost like Kevin's best bet is to hang out with John. They should team up because they both hate Melton, and then Melton can't approach. Nobody's approaching Kevin. I'm gonna do the same thing to Kevin I did to John. We're just gonna be looking over, laughing, and taking photos of you, just like Melton's hump. Everybody take photos of Melton's hump. He doesn't even deny it. He doesn't deny his body shape. I'm square. Holy shit. I can't. It's just been a night. Pauper gifting a membership. Thank you very much. Tim's Totality. KB told me after that he's gonna come now. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. KB knows now that he's safe. Remember when he was going to have private security? KB's such a fucking piece of shit. I'm going to have 2 security guards. You can't afford them. We've seen the totals. I just can't. I can't. So after the Cleveland fan, I guess, who told him that he sucks, left him, he was sitting alone for like 30 minutes to an hour in the sports book, just alone. I think he does this at bars to like hope he gets recognized. And then there was this other guy there, this just a random boomer who I think knew who he was. He was filming everything with his flashlight on, you know. I want to see that video. We got to find that guy because he had an angle nobody has, and he has the whole initial part where I come up to him and try to go like, John, I'm sorry you got hurt. You know, I apologize to you online again. And he just wouldn't have it, and he walked away. We got to find that guy and get that angle. So then I guess John went up to his room, and now he's like on a Twitter rampage. Let's see. I don't even know if I follow him. John Melendez. All right, let's refresh because he's losing it. Stuttering John confronts Patrick Melton at the Borgata. Patrick backs down to Stuttering John. Oh, Misery loves clips. Okay, that makes sense. Totally opposite take of everyone else. Wow, Melton ran away from Melendez. Melton backed down. Again, there's 5 people in our chat right now who are there. I didn't move. I didn't move. And I didn't ask anybody to intervene or take over or get in between. None of that happened. Nobody backed down. But I'm also not retarded. I'm not one of the kids from Shameless where I just go out looking for trouble, stabbing people, getting in fights. I'm not trying to fight. So if that's a sick own on me, that this is your take. I mean, Misery loves clips. Your vulnerability is showing. You're such a hurt little bitch. And you only come out every once in a while when you think you have something on Melton, and you have the coldest take and the wrongest take on facts. Melton backs down from Stuttering John. It's like, in the sense that I don't want to fight Stuttering John, or anyone for that matter, yes. This is an hour ago, Stuttering John. Hey Dabbleverse, I came here for fun, but so far it's been non-stop incitement. This is on tape. I walked up and tried to talk to him. He didn't want to have it. He walked away. That was the end of it. We never approached him again. We never did anything to him again. I'll never try again. I tried. You don't want to listen. You want to fight. So, one time John Melendez walked away, and one time John Melendez got taken away. No one backed down. No one backed down. John didn't back. I'm not saying John was a chicken. I'm not saying John backed. John wanted to fight. John would have had a fight. I mean, you can run the numbers and see how you think that would have gone. But no, John wanted to fight. I'm not a violent person. And again, they pulled all this footage. They pulled all the fucking security footage. They were telling us about it. I'm not a violent person, but this is getting close to outright harassment. So again, I approached him once, alone. I walked straight up to him, alone. He saw me, turned away, circled back. We talked. He wasn't happy with me and walked away. He walked away again. Sat over in the corner, seethed, and then came over to start a fight. And now John Melendez, again, are you tough or are you a victim? Oh, every one of these guys does this. I sit here and look at the camera and go, I'm not tough. I'm also not a victim. I'm not complaining. I didn't want him kicked out. I didn't want him removed. They asked me. They asked me several times. Ask Peter Sky Parker and Flimsy Greenspan. I'm not a violent person, but this is getting close to outright harassment. I think he's piling like all the WATP stuff and he thinks podcasting and words and shows count for today. Oh, why can't I beat him up? He talked about my children. What? This whole thing has been a debacle from the start. And he's tweeting. Hey, Fatty Patty, email me. I'll give you my room number. Then we can talk. And I said, how many beds do you have? Hey, man, Vince the lawyer is a legitimate asshole that I could single-handedly get him disbarred for playing my message without consent. California is a two-party state. Stay tuned. I don't know why he's thinking about that right now. He's fighting everyone in every corner of everything. A guy from Maryland, this is a real tweet, traveled all the way to see me, got here, and called me a has-been. Then why come? And that's a good question we were trying to figure out downstairs. Why did John come? Now, we already heard him say that he's going to walk up to KB, and KB's going to have to walk away scared. But John, I walked up to you, and you walked away. That's a real fact. We have this on video. This is all the precursors of what you've already seen. I walked up to John and tried to talk to him. In earnest, trying to smooth things over. Not like I think I'm going to be friends with John or John's a cool guy. Just like, what are we... typical Melton faggotry. And John walked away. John couldn't do it. Hey, man, I'm here all alone. Where are all these tough guys? It's like, John, you're not allowed to come near the tough guys. You've been told by security you're not allowed to come near us. So that's where we are. And also, I've been told to not go near you. It cuts both ways. And I don't know about you. I do what I'm told by the authorities. I'm not trying to get kicked out of the casino. I live in Las Vegas. I'm not trying to get barred by MGM from properties, okay? I like Din Tai Fung at the Aria, and I eat there often. Just insane. It's like, so now authorities have told him, like, cool it, you're a little drunk. They all just kept saying, like, he's very drunk. You can smell it on him. You can tell he's very drunk. They're just like, it just seems like an older gentleman. This is when we were dying laughing because they didn't know who he was. And they kept just going like, it just seems like an older gentleman who's had too much to drink. And then we had to tell them like, oh, we bash his kids on the podcast. And he's like, oh, and I checked the podcast out. And then he did. I was like, I don't know if you're supposed to do that as an employee. Subscribe to a podcast in the middle of an incident report. And of course, the woman that was there in the beginning and saw the whole thing, like, I'm sure she told them, like, what went down. And security has reassured us they know he's the aggressor. If there's any further incidents, he's going to have to fucking leave. And yeah, I'm not coming to your room to fight, John. I'm not. First of all, you idiot. The move, if you wanted to fight, would be to play cool with me, get invited up to the room to do a podcast, and then unleash the fury. You fucking nudge. But now it's like now it's a report and a thing, and yeah, again, like I think if anything happens with Stuttering John now at this hotel for the next 2 days, he's done. And he'll be lucky if it's not across MGM properties, which I'm sure it is. I'm just sure it is. So yeah, that's the last thing I want. And he's up in his room now, like antagonizing, trying to do more. And I'm sitting here saying, like, this is stupid. You should stop. So we've captured those tweets, and if anything happens, like you have a track record now, John, of being like this aggressive piece of shit. It's just fucking bizarre. What a bizarre How do you think... I can't wait for Chad to show up if he's gonna. Because this is the same playbook Chad had. Like, I'm going to walk right up to you and embarrass the fuck out of you. I'm going to walk right up to Melton. Come on, Melton, you like to talk shit? Talk now, big boy. It's like, it's going to play out exactly like I told you. We're all going to stare at the guy screaming loudly and go, I mean, you look like the nut. You look like the nut. I mean, I'm not saying I don't look like a fat piece of shit on the video, but I am a fat piece of shit. So it checks out. You look like a fat piece of shit. You're a fat piece of shit. You look like a nut. You is a nut. KB said I have to come now. I mean, KB's going to sneak in late tomorrow night. And he's going to sneak out Monday morning, if he comes. He doesn't tell anybody when he comes. He doesn't tell anybody when he goes. He doesn't tell anybody where he'll be at a time. It's all hiding behind, my private security. Do you, KB? Do you? For what? Those guys were ninjas, man. They came out of nowhere. Jack the Tripper. You would ragdoll him. I'm not even kidding. I wasn't going to ragdoll. I had it in my head. I had the move. He couldn't walk. He was a stumbling mess. I was literally going to trip him and get him on the ground and just start kicking the living shit out of him. That's literally, I wasn't going to bend over or put out my cigarette. I had it all. I was like, he's going to hit, and then I'm going to just throw him to the ground. Like, that's what I was going to... I don't have a lot of moves as a fat. Can I punch? Yes. Do I have meaty arms, despite what Aaron Enholt says about me? Yes. They're not trained in any specific capacity, but once you're on the ground and I have you down, I shall wail on you. And a guy like that, it's like holding down a cat or a trans kid. Let John mouth off to the wrong guy. Somebody will check him in AC. Yeah, he's not happy. He's not happy in his room right now. The Melton's talking about me. Oh God. Oh God. Mitts up. Let's go. No, thank you. Any words on Chad canceling? Chad canceling tweet again. I have no other information, and we kind of got sidetracked with all the Stuttering John stuff. No, I have no info on Chad coming. Chad did tweet that Melton looks like a bitch, which is a new take from Chad. We've never heard him say that before. Oh wait, looks like a bitch, not good, terrible, not a good person. You know, Chadjectives. He looks like a bitch. KB looks like a bitch. Everybody's a bitch. It's like, Chad, you back down from AC without even getting on a plane if you don't come. Chad's like, I'm not going to go now. We'll never, ever buy tickets to a Chad Zumock production again. First of all, talk about looking like a cuck and a bitch. You're not, you set up this show with your buddy Ken Mosca, who pays your rent. One of your eight circles of friends on our Patreon Ring of Honor. These guys give me $100 a month to plug I'll plug anything you want for $100. How long until you're playing Rumble videos for $5 a pop on Friday? You stupid fuck. So not only did you set up this show, tell everybody we're going to give back, you wanted to do something for the people, you wanted to put it on, you let Gino, a guy you hate, come take it away from you. So now it's his show. And now you're going to just go, I'm not coming. I'm not coming. I just checked the refund policy on Spirit Airlines tickets. And I'm not coming. So you look like a cuck and a bitch. Someone took your little show away that you can't sell out. 80 tickets. You know. Someone took your little production away. And you're not coming now? Ugh. Mikey Newport, who needs cable when you have this? Jesus Christ. Your friend Paul. This is not a real guy. Haha, John, what a loser. Drinking alone at the Borgata. Also, I'm at Borgata drinking alone too. Who wants to smoke a joint? I have an extra. I do have a joint. Yeah. I'm going to bed. I'm so tired. This was just a perfect precursor. Because this stumbling fuck is going to be in this casino, which I'm also not leaving for the next 2 days. And he's not allowed to come near me. And they told us, like, if anything else happens, we know he's the aggressor. It's like, oh yeah. So I'm hoping Tukey gets here tomorrow, and the sight of, like, me, Tukey, Stevie. I thought Stevie was my guy. I'm hoping it drives him into a rage. And he tries it again. I am appreciative of the guys who stepped in to de-escalate it. Nobody was worried about it, but nobody wants a fight. Like, this is dumb, guys. This is dumb. Don't let yourself become this person. It really is a warning to all of us. Like, fuck. Find something that makes you happy and just fucking be happy. Like, Jesus. Imagine the state of, oh, people love this. This means nothing to me because I'm not a Stuttering John person. But I've been told that Stuttering John people will love this. FKA Mommy, previously Puerto Rican Mommy, she's there with her friend. And we spot them, and this is after the whole incident. We're hanging at the bar, just having fun, recapping the incident, laughing with the guards and the people. And FKA Mommy shows up. And she hadn't heard about this. This is right after it happened. She hadn't seen it on Twitter yet. She hadn't seen any of this. And she's like, oh my God, John's here? And we're like, yeah, he's over in the sports book alone, drinking. And she's like, oh my God, I'm going to go. We thought it'd be funny if they, like, flirt with him, you know? And Flimsy also went over there with them. And they get over there. And John's on the phone. And he sees Flimsy and he goes, oh, this fucking guy. And then FKA Mommy says, like, like, hi, John, like, I love you, or whatever, like, just like kind of a greeting. And John says, I'm on an important phone call with Susanna. So after this happened, he called his ex-wife to complain/inform her about this incident. That happened. He had to call Susanna. Imagine how annoyed. I wonder why she left, John. I mean, you probably talk more than a married couple now, calling your ex-wife for every little thing. You won't believe what he said about our little girl boy. I'm a fat fucking loser. Who cares what I said about your little they? Don't let yourself become this. People think things. They're often incorrect. They're often misinformed. They're often just mean and projecting. Maybe I want to cut off part of my arm skin and make a vagina. Maybe you ever think of that? Maybe I'm lashing out. Just maybe. So I can't believe it. Any other questions before we get out of here and get to bed? It's 2 a.m. I'm on almost no sleep for 48 hours, hour and a half of sleep. So I'm just dead. Any other questions? I'm sure more will come up And the guys who watched it all have intricate details and little bits and pieces that I'm sure will come out. But those are the key highlights. I think Stuttering John fans are like, breath atrocious. I think there's a point in the video where he spits on one of the security guards inadvertently, and the security guard's like, ugh, like wiping it off. There's so much in the video. There's so much little stuff. Don't forget your CPAP machine. Can you imagine? Just that thing just whirring away all night in the corner. Oh my lord. Oh my lord. The Ray Suck shirt guy got spit on. Yeah, that's David Skywalker. Peter Sky Parker. Any word on Vince the lawyer? No sighting yet. I don't know. Is he supposed to come? And KC supposed to come? I don't even expect this behavior from KC. You know. Is this what it's going to be? Is every old idiot from the Stern Show going to show up and try to fight me? You better watch your back, Bob Levy. Oh, God. Too much, too good. Clyde. The Dabbleverse needs to be studied by science. Good job, Melton. Again, this is almost nothing. This was so stupid, but it just shows John's mindset. He's enraged and retarded. Literally, like, he got told, like, you can't do this. Don't go near him again. And he's like, let's go, Melton. It's like, oh, you're going to get kicked out. Oh, you shall get kicked out. You must want it. It's the only thing I can think. He must want to get kicked out. G-Rob, thank you. I also have an appointment at the bank. Can we just laugh?
I'm serious. I have an appointment at the bank.
I too have an appointment at the bank.
I too have an appointment at the bank. So that's what it is. I just wanted to get that out while it was all fresh, because I know tomorrow it'll be hindsight and it'll start to get fuzzy. But no, there's no reason to say things that aren't true. John wasn't crying. John didn't call out for security. He did try to tell them he was a celebrity. He did spit on them. He did try to explain, no, it's okay, because he talked about my kids. And not one person. I sat there and told 4 different security guards, like, you don't know who he is? That's Stuttering John. From the Howard Stern Show? Nobody knew. So, that's where we're at. Shows tomorrow. We'll have some shows. We'll do some updates. And we'll get some varying opinions. I have to sleep. Thank you all. You've all been wonderful. Tim's Totality. Did you say Levy was coming? Yeah, Levy has a show tomorrow night. Somewhere in Jersey, I think. Or Pennsylvania. I'm not sure. I don't know this area. I'm not familiar with Paul Revere territory. Anyway, Patrick, this is not Paul Revere. Shut up. The point is, Levy has a show, and I think that's at 7, and then he said he's coming here afterwards, and I think he has a room, and then he's going to be here all day Sunday. So we'll have a show with Bob Levy tomorrow night, probably Sunday. We'll have more time to just chill. So Sunday, I think we'll have day show. Tomorrow we'll have day shows. We'll give you streams. We're going to be updating you on what's happening here, since nobody is doing that. I don't know what this means. Fuck 'em all, I'm Ferdinand. Fuck 'em all. Oh, fuck 'em all, Ferdinand. Okay. I don't know what that means, and I don't know who Ferdinand is, but I assume it's a nice sentiment. I'm so tired. I gotta go. All right, thanks everybody for putting up with my half formed thoughts on this. I really can't. Like, I'm just trying to think of, like, how he thinks the fight will go. You know? I never got it. I never got it until I saw some of the videos of him when he was younger. With the long hair and the chiseled face. He still thinks he's that guy. He still thinks he's a young, happening, funny celebrity. And the fact is, no one knows who he is. No one ever appreciated him for his comedy. And the self-awareness is just completely gone. But all the ego, all the, like, what he pictures himself, it's that old version of him, the popular young, long flowing hair guy who gets away with. But he's a disgusting thing. Like, if an elevator opened, you'd go, I'll get the next one. You know what I mean? Like, he's that off-putting. And when you combine that with the smell and the history and the inability to raise a child who cemented in who their identity is. It's a tragic tale. It's a tragic tale. Thanks, Pulper. All right, we're getting out of here. And you've been great. And we'll see you all tomorrow. Get a good night's sleep, okay? Get a good night's sleep. He really was never funny. He thought he was somebody cool back then. But he was always the butt of the joke. He really thinks he's a professional loser, professional boxer from the cabbie fight. I don't know what that is. He thinks he's indestructible. See, that's the thing. Is like, I don't even know anything about this guy, and I've got him, like, swinging. Ain't I a stinker?